So we're just gonna jump into a lot of stuff that we've got going on today. This week we wanted to cover how to deal with stress. So I mean, regardless, it would be like relationship stress, money stress, work stress, school stress, anything like that. We have a couple points here. My first point would be get a planner. Yes. I love my planner. I actually bought a planner from Kiki K, and it's like this beautiful like Saffiano leather planner. I feel like it's better if my planner is like pretty and nice because I'm motivated to like write in it and everything like that. Also, you can see everything that you have in front of you, which like leads up to my next point. Write down your schedule or like have a spreadsheet such as Victoria has.
You can find them online for free. Just print it out. It gives you like a Monday to Friday time frame. And before school started, when I made my schedule, I wrote down when I had class, when I would have free time to go to tutoring, when I would have to go to work, when I do stuff for the Femme spot, and even just stuff like certain days where I know like I'll have the free time to get an article done because we have to put out so many a week, and it's really helpful actually.
We want you guys to get our feedback, so we have to make sure we get certain things done. So what I do is also I do a combination of alarm clocks and writing things down, because if I forget one, I have the other reminder. So when I use my alarm clock, I use several of them at a time, because say you have to wake up for an event and you want to take a nap, and usually in this industry you don't have a structured sleep time, so maybe like 5 minutes intervals or 10-minute intervals, so that you wake up, you get that last 5 minutes. Also, you can jot down notes, so you can always check back your calendar.
Also, in terms of the scheduling and also with the alarm sort of, block out times for leisure. I know that for a while I was struggling with this, where I would have like my whole day blocked out, but I wouldn't have any time for downtime, and I would be stressed out all the time because I was like, when am I going to be able to just relax, So, I mean, definitely block out time for leisure. Find an activity that you can look forward to every day, whether it be going to the gym, whether it be going home to do your nails, going home to watch a movie or something like that, seeing your friends on the weekends. Just make sure that there's like one thing or one or two things a week that you can look forward to, just because that motivates you to get your work done, you know what I mean? Like when you're like, oh, like I have this presentation that I have to do, let me work hard on it, start early, wake up early so that the rest of the day can be free for me and I can spend time with my friends.
Definitely.
Also be organized. In accordance like with the like alarm clocks and stuff like that. I mean, I'm always taking naps. I love to sleep. But I mean, you're right. There is no like organized like schedule where you can find time to sleep. So it's really useful to have like those alarms that are like in 5-minute intervals, 10-minute intervals, because like right when you're about to fall back asleep, you wake up again and you're like, you know what?
40 minutes passed.
Let me drag myself out of bed. But also like have like folders for everything. My laptop basically like has like all of like my school stuff, my work stuff, like everything that I could need, and I have it all in like 4 folders, and it's very meticulous, but it's so important because I can find everything because I just like read through all my labels and stuff like that. So it's really important to stay organized, especially with your planner. If your planner is organized, I believe your life is organized.
I mean, you can use the planner in your phone. I always use my notepad on my phone to jot down quick things, my calendar and my timer and my phone.
In terms of money stress, definitely keep a budget. I don't know how many times I've been like, where does all my money go? And so I started, literally food. I've started to create a budget. I actually have in my Kiki K planner, I have like a part where it's just for money. So you can just jot down like all the stuff you've been paid, all the stuff that you have been paying and stuff like that. And you can really see an organized list of like where all your money is going, which is really cool. For relationships, I want to give it over to Victoria right now.
Relationships and stress, they go hand in hand very often. But I found that one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in a relationship to keep yourself from getting stressed out, is communication. Find a way that works. I understand sometimes it's hard when you have class all day and then, like someone like me, like I have work right after. So it doesn't give me a lot of time to communicate with my boyfriend, or not even just my boyfriend, like my family throughout the day. And they don't know what always is going on. So definitely set time to communicate and let them know that you're thinking about them, or ask them how their day is going. And another thing that I've been trying out with my boyfriend that's really worked is, instead of, just studying alone and not seeing each other, we bring our laptops over. Sometimes I go to his dorm, sometimes he comes over to my house. get some food, and we just sit there and just study and get our work done. And it's really great because with at least with our line of work and stuff, he's a graphic design artist. So sometimes he'll show me like a design, ask me like, what do you think about this? And I'm able to give him that like creative like input. And sometimes if I'm writing like a story or an article, I can be like, hey, why don't you take a read over this before I publish it? So it's really helpful, and you definitely can make it work, you know?
Yeah, that seems really like smart and practical too, because it's like you're getting work done at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, social media stress, something that we recently like are thinking about more, just because social media is popping up left and right with Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram and all those things.
It is really stressful though. Believe it or not, you wouldn't think so because it exists in like, you know what I mean, your phones and stuff.
Different types of stress. I feel like there's bullying, and there's also stress where it's you're procrastinating and it's distracting you, and so you get stressed because you're still doing something wrong that you know you shouldn't do. So maybe have something working, like, you know, I want to check this, and then put your phone away. And if you're being bullied, maybe you shouldn't be putting so much of your business out there.
Absolutely.
Just stay off the internet then.
Do you know the girl, she's really big on social media with her dancing, and she dances a lot. She's a little heavy set, she's light skinned, I forgot her name. She does a lot of different dances, like what she has like her underwear, she might have a sports bra on, she like does a lot of hip, you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think I know who you're talking about.
She was just on social media like really depressed, crying, pleading, saying why are people taking advantage of me, and you know, using me to, you know, basically I guess she feels like people making fun of her. So sad. You see how
she's a good dancer though.
She's a good dancer, and people are always laughing. Maybe
I
not
think
with
it's just
her and
because
at
like
her,
the way that she looks, but I mean like it's proof to say that like just because you don't have that type of body doesn't mean that you can't do what you can do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think she's a great dancer.
We have to always help each other, because we forget that just because we're watching through a screen, that's a real person. They have a life, so you can't just make fun of someone.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, I follow like a lot of like YouTubers on Snapchat recently, and they're really cool, but they also have like these like real talk sessions where they're like, I don't like this because how people make me feel. And like, I think that's really important to like take a step back and be like, wait, this is a real person. Like, I'm not just venting to a screen. Like, it's not like somebody on the other end doesn't know that there are life and there are struggles. Like, I mean, personally, I'm on social media, but I'm not at the same time. Like, I love Twitter. I'm a Twitter fiend. But sometimes I just like take days out where I just don't tweet or don't talk to anybody like on Twitter, because it's just like if I'm doing something, usually I'm not going to be on Twitter because I'm obviously preoccupied with something else. But also, like, don't let social media be your diary. Don't put everything.
I've seen so many people like that.
Yeah, because it's not anyone's concern. Because how many of those people who are your Facebook friends are actually your friends? Probably like 15 to 10 maximum people that you would actually want to talk to them. But in terms of actually talking to them, you never get around to it because they are only your friends on social media. You know what I mean? Like, out of those like thousands of people that you're friends with on social media, they don't all need to know what you're doing. And that causes a stress because you're telling them what you're doing and they don't really care.
And with relationships, every time you get into a problem with your boyfriend or girlfriend, don't post it, because then the next, 20 minutes you guys make up, it just makes your relationship look bad and people start asking questions.
You look flaky.
And he say, she say goes around. It's so immature. Do not do that.
Not only that, but I feel like the more time you spend on social media, the more out of touch with reality you really get, you know? Because think about it, a lot of the people that you see that post selfies every day, always posting these long, overdrawn statuses on Facebook, they're probably really narcissistic. Yeah. And they're out of touch with reality because they spend all their time writing about it online.
And one last thing before we end this segment, I have to say, the number one thing I think causes stress from social media is people thinking that's real life. Because social media, Instagram is only the good things you see.
Just your highlight reel.
So
yeah, it is.
Very little people that post all their problems and stress on Instagram. They want it to be, joyous, their cars, their rides, their jewelry, their money, their lavish lifestyle. You have to remember that you have to work hard to get that. And they probably did, some of them did some things they didn't want to do to get where they were at. So you have to remember, have your own path and work hard and you'll get it too.
But talking about social media, sort of.